Okay, I also like to show you how to sort your emails. Very easy with Outlook. If I want to find an email from Angela, okay, what I would do is I would highlight any of her emails. So there's one here and there's also one here. And all I need to do is click on From. So what that does, it puts all the Angela Taylor emails for me together. Actually, what it does, it puts it alphabetically. But in this case, if I select Angela, it'll take me to that part of the my drop-down menu. It'll take me directly to the Angelas, and it puts them all together. So if I'm looking for an Angela Taylor specific email, I can quickly find it. As you can tell, Angela must be a friend of mine because I have very many from her. Okay, so to get back to being able to see the most recent email that I've received, right now I have it sorted by from. Notice this arrow here. That means that I'm sorting by from. Now, if I want to get back to the most recent to the oldest email, which is the view that we all use, I have to click on Received. And I go back, and it brings me back to and I have to make sure I'm at the top. So there's my most recent email that Angela just sent. So if you ever get confused, just make sure that you're sorting by Received. Distribution list. Distribution list is beside New. You'll notice this little arrow here. And in this drop-down list, I have distribution list. Distribution lists are often created, you could have a K-12 school and teachers of the K-2 teachers want to create a distribution list for themselves. So I would type K-2 as the name of the distribution list. And if you want to add members, so I would select members. So if I'm looking again, I'll pretend that Angela Taylor is a K-2 teacher. And there she is. It puts it here. This is to select members that are in the distribution list. If you want to add, let's say you want to create a distribution list of parents for your class. So I would click on parents. And they're not, obviously, most of the parents won't be in your distribution in the global address list if they're not government workers. So if you have their emails, you would add new, you would put the parent's name and their email address. And it puts them in the list, and that's how you would create your distribution list. You just save and close. And when you want to email that list, you go to your contacts here. And you look, this is a long list here, but under P for parents, it's right here. This two little faces here means that it's a distribution list. It's not just one person. I would double click on it, email, and it creates my email, and I put in my subject, I put in my email, and I hit send, and it sends it to all the parents that I put in that list. Another neat feature with Microsoft Outlook is the calendar. I know you guys are probably thinking, yes, we already had the calendar in Exchange. I know that. But if you do use the calendar, and I do quite a bit, and what happens, I often set up meetings, and the meetings are set up through email. So often I'll go to my calendar, and I'll see that I have a tech meeting here, but I might not know what it's about, or I can't quite remember the communication. So what's nice is if, for example, if I take this Angela test email, and I know that we've set up a meeting for next week, I would just take her email, left click, and drag it over the calendar. Once the calendar highlights, I just let go. What that does, it prepares the email and puts it in my calendar. So a reference test, I can call it a different name, and I can say we're meeting on December 15th at 1 p.m. and I can say what it's about. And also, the email that the communication between Angela and I would be in this subject, so I don't have to go look for them. Hit save and close. So calendar under the December 15th. There is the reference test. I just double click on it, and the email body will also be there. So that's a nice feature about Outlook. So now let's look at attachments. Notice that there's an attachment to an email when you see this symbol beside it. So I have an email here from Basil, and I see this little symbol, so I know there's an attachment. Managing attachments with Outlook is much, much easier. So if I double click on the Basil email, I'll see that he's attached a Word document because I can see the symbol here. So if I click on this tab, notice that you have the option of previewing it. Previewing it just means that you can see what's in the Word document without actually opening it. So I can see what he's saying here. And if I want to save this Word document onto my computer, we'll just double click on the name. So it gives me two options. I can just open it, so what it'll do, it'll open that attachment in Word, or I can just save it directly to my computer. So I'll hit save. I'll save it in my documents, and I'll call it name of session. I won't rename it, and I'll just hit save. So now if I go into my documents, I can see that name of session, that Word document's now on my computer for me to read or modify or do what I want with. So managing attachments with Outlook is very, very easy. Another neat feature about Outlook is this to-do bar section here. Notice that you always have your calendar, and some numbers are bold. And that's because you have entries in your calendar. So I know that something's coming up on the 15th and 16th, and I don't have anything in my calendar yet on the 13th and 14th. It also shows me my next 3 meetings here. So once this meeting has passed, this will move up, and then my next meeting, my third meeting, will reappear underneath here. Another very neat feature is this these flagged emails. What that does, it's emails that you might receive and you need to respond but don't have the time, and you don't want to forget about it because it might get buried, because if you receive several emails in a day, you might forget about it. So if you flag it by just selecting it and putting this red flag here, what it does, it puts it in your section of red flags. So there it is down here. January PD offer. So I know if I look at this list, I'll see those are emails that I need to get back to. And you can also sort it with all these emails by clicking on this. All these bars up here are ways that you can sort your emails. Like a while ago I had sorted from, and I can sort from receive, but I can also sort my flagged emails. So I can quickly look and make sure that none of them that I have forgotten about and I haven't gotten back to. Well, there you have it. That's a quick tutorial on Microsoft Outlook. If you have any questions or you're having trouble configuring your inbox for the very first time, you can contact us anytime. And the 3 mentors are myself, Mark Michaud, Waylon Dixon, and Angela Taylor. So if you have any questions, please contact us. Thank you for listening.